Hello and welcome back to Ask Alan about low-carb cocktails. This week we are doing the second in the series on SpongeBob-inspired cocktails. Stay with me as we look into two more drinks that have been inspired by a great show called SpongeBob SquarePants. Hello and welcome back to part 2 of the SpongeBob SquarePants inspired cocktails. Last week I talked about why I have this shirt, and I think that's really the reason that I got inspired to look for SpongeBob inspired drinks. And I found a place that had several of them. It's fairytalecocktails.com, and I am going to put the URL in the description. And so you can go there and look at those specific cocktails, and you can check the rest of their site. I'm sure that they've got other fairy tales that they've documented cocktails for. I didn't look around to see what else they had, but go there if you want to see more. But I'm doing most of the ones off the SpongeBob SquarePants page. There's one that I didn't do, but that I'm not going to do, but I just picked 6 of them, and I think there were 7 total. And this last week we did a SpongeBob one and a Patrick one. This week we're going to do a Squidward one and Sandy. Sandy is the squirrel that lives under the sea in a dome and has a helmet that she wears out to go see SpongeBob and all that stuff. If you ever watch the show, you know all those things. Sandy happens to be from Texas, so the one that we're going to do that's inspired by Sandy is a Margarita, and the Squidward one, since he's kind of a squid, kind of look, I guess a cucumber is reminiscent of a squid, so this is a cucumber drink. So we'll get started here. First one is Squidward's Cucumber and SeaSalt Sling. So this cocktail takes 2 ounces of gin, 1 ounce of cucumber juice, and I think that they had the recipe of how to make cucumber juice. I'm just going to instead muddle some cucumbers and use simple syrup, because basically you're using I think you macerate the cucumbers and add sugars, and this simple syrup I have made with Splenda or allulose. I can't remember last time I made it which one I used, so I'll do a 1/2 ounce of this, and then the rest will be from the cucumbers. And that'll give an approximation of the cucumber syrup. 1/2 ounce lime juice. I'd already started squeezing this in the previous episode, so I'm doing it the same day, so should be plenty of juice left in this half. So I'll need a 1/2 ounce. Only a 1/4 ounce left. So we'll save the other half for another recipe. Still have a little bit of lime juice left over from what I had previously squeezed at another time. So that gives us a 1/2 ounce of lime juice. And then the only thing that really has any carbs in it, there's going to be a 1/2 ounce of the elderflower liqueur. St. Germain is the brand name that we normally use. 1/2 ounce of that's going to have 5.5 carbs. So it's not something you want to have a lot of, but it does have a very distinct taste. So I had already rimmed the glass for this, so that's ready. And shake well and strain into a SeaSalt rimmed glass. And I have that glass here. And just to give that a little bit more volume, I will put some crushed ice in there. It doesn't really call for crushed ice, but this glass is a little bit larger than I needed for this, so I'll put a little crushed ice in that. And it says to use a cucumber ribbon and some edible seaweed, which we're not going to do that. So we will do the cucumber, try to make it into a ribbon and have that there for Squidward's cucumber and sea salt sling. That's pretty good. When you do this, put salt only on half of the drink, because I think it tastes best without the salt. But that tastes pretty good. So we'll set that aside. And the next one that we will do is Sandy's Texan Sunset Margarita. This has 2 ounces of tequila, and I'm using Tequila Ocho, which is one of the better tasting but lower cost tequilas. You're supposed to use blood orange juice. Couldn't find any blood oranges or any blood orange juice, but I did find a blood orange sparkling water drink. We'll see if that works. Otherwise, you could just use regular orange juice. But that will give it the right color. Now this is a 0 carb version, but they had one that's not 0 carb, so use that, or just use blood orange juice. Next is 1 ounce lime juice. And this is the other half of that lime. And that should give us about 1 ounce. And 1/2 ounce of agave syrup. So this is an agave syrup. Agave has doesn't have a high glycemic, or whichever direction is, that's low glycemic. I'm going to use this is lower sugars, but this is a regular blue agave syrup, and this has 16 carbs per tablespoon. And we're doing 1/2 ounce, and there's 2 tablespoons in 1 ounce. So, and this one actually has 2 grams of carbs per 2 teaspoons. And 3 teaspoons is a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, so 6 teaspoons in 1 ounce. So 3 teaspoons is what we'd be using, so that would be about 3 carbs from this. So quite a bit less than what's in that. Well, I'll just use this. This will stick to this, but not too bad. So just use a 1/2 ounce of this. And then you have the glass, which has been rimmed with a chili lime seasoning mix. Now, I just used this chili lime flavored rimming salt, which you can get online or maybe at the liquor store. And we will shake this. Strain that into the glass. And I might put the ice in there, depending on how much that fills up. Yeah, I'll put the ice in to fill it up the rest of the way. So that is Sandy's Texan Sunset Margarita. Pretty good, and the bite of the chili lime rimming salt, that goes pretty well with this. So I think you'll like this. So those 2 cocktails this week are the Sandy's Texan Sunset Margarita and the Squidward Cucumber and SeaSalt Sling. Both of these are pretty good. I made them with very low carbs, so I think that if you're looking for low carb things, that you'll be okay with that. So I do want you to check things out on my on the description for the website for the location that I found these drinks, and I might as well give them some traffic for providing that information. And I do ask you to like and subscribe and share this with your friends, and especially those who like Spongebob. Try these drinks; they're pretty good. They are not too hard to make. It's got a few things in there that you might need to go get, but in general, they're not that difficult. And I think that if you want to have a Squidward, a SpongeBob party or something like that, these from last week, this week, and the ones that I'll do for next week are ones that you'll want to do. So try these, have fun making them, enjoy yourself, and come back next time for the 3rd part of this series on SpongeBob inspired cocktails. Thank you, and have a great week.